Coming up this morning on DITV, political changes from presidential bids to party changes. We'll tell you everything happening in Washington and in Iowa.
And later, fabric artwork with incredible hidden meaning. We have the story coming up.
Megan Gustin has done it all.
She sure has. Just when you thought her award season was over, it's not. Now her jersey will hang in the rafters.
We'll have all the details coming up in sports.
As we head into May, I have a feeling those April showers are going to go out with a bang. How much rain are we going to get? Stay tuned for weather to find out.
All that and more coming up on this Thursday, April 25th edition of DITV.
Don't go anywhere. DITV starts right now. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in to this live Thursday morning edition of DITV. I'm Sydney Zatz.
And I'm Declan Levy. We begin this morning with the latest news out of Washington.
The 2020 Democratic race will get slightly larger as former Vice President Joe Biden is expected to announce his candidacy later today. The long-awaited announcement has had people talking for weeks, and politicians have already given their thoughts about him joining the race.
If I had a crystal ball, I would say, and I would hope that Joe Biden would get into the race. I think he has the best chance of defeating President Trump, which I think is the main goal here, right? He has the experience, he has the background. I've worked with him for years. He has the talent. I think he has the personality for the moment. And I think he can unify the Democratic Party.
And before his official announcement, Biden has given some slight clues about the possibility of running.
If everybody else their day, then I get a shot, and then we're off to the races.
Be sure to visit dailyisland.com for full caucus coverage and to take a look at our candidate tracker to see where the candidates have and will be visiting in Ling and Johnson counties.
With plenty of political news coming out of Washington, Iowa's political scene is also making headlines. Yesterday, it was announced that longtime Republican legislator Andy McKeen will become a Democrat due to the current administration.
The legislature is considerably more partisan and regimented than it used to be. I might have limped along, attempting to work within my caucus for what I felt was in the best interest of the people I represent, if it hadn't been for another factor.
McKeen said the main reason behind his decision is President Trump's behavior and decisions.
He sets, in my opinion, a poor example for the nation, and particularly for our children, by personally insulting, often in a crude and juvenile fashion, those who disagree with him, being a bully at a time when we're attempting to discourage bullying, his frequent disregard for the truth, and his willingness to ridicule or marginalize people for their appearance, ethnicity, or disability. Some would excuse this behavior as telling it like it is and the new normal. If this is the new normal, I want no part of it.
McKeen said he will remain conservative when it comes down to finances and hopes his overall decision doesn't affect his relationship with his constituents.
I hope the people back home will know that I'm still the same Andy McKeen I always was. I've just changed my party affiliation, but I'll still be working for the very same goals and priorities that I've had over many years in public service.
McKeen served in both the Iowa House and Senate from 1979 to 2003. He returned to politics as a House representative in 2017.
The Tippie College of Business recently celebrated their 20th anniversary of renaming the school after donor Henry B. Tippie. But there's a lot more of the school than its namesake. DITV reporter Lucero Dean tells us about what's really going on in the John Papa John Business Building.
It's the gem of the state.
Dean Sarah Gardial is referring to none other than the Tippie College of Business. Tippie is one of the most popular schools at Iowa, but it's not just for business students.
There are thousands of undergraduates on this campus that are taking business classes as they major in dance. and chemistry and engineering and that kind of thing. Our impact on this campus is huge, and I think that's where people generally start when they think about the campus.
And no wonder that Tippie is referred to as the gem of Iowa, as it's home to one of the top business programs in the nation.
We currently have several programs in the college that are in the top 25 in the country. That means they're in the top 2.5% of all the business colleges in the United States. You're in rarefied air at that point. You're really with the best of the best.
And that reputation of having the best of the best is something its students are proud of.
Such a great reputation, and it's a reputation of academics and upstanding citizenship and community service. So it really encompasses, I like to tell people that a huge reason why I like the Tippie College of Business is it really hits all the bases of just being a good person.
Its premier programs and how it challenges students is why Tippie has an alumni base of over 50,000 people, and it's still growing. Reporting from the Tippie College of Business, Lucero Dean, DITV.
Well, Sydney, just a couple weeks left of school. Hopefully the weather sticks out for us.
That's right, and to tell us whether we'll have some rain is Melissa Meter in the weather studio with more.
It's time to grab your umbrellas again. We have a 50% chance of rain today, but mostly in the afternoon hours. The temperature will be a high of 68 degrees and we'll have mild winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, we'll see partly cloudy skies and a 20% chance of rain and a temperature of 44 degrees, and those same mild winds from earlier will stick around. Now let's look at the extended forecast. As you can see, the weather is going to stay pretty consistent. Tomorrow will be mostly sunny with a high of 64 and a low of 46. Late Friday night, there's a 50% chance of rain. Heading into this weekend, Saturday's temperatures will be in the low 60s and a 100% chance of rain in the morning, but it should stop by the evening hours. On Sunday, there will be mostly cloudy skies and a temperature will be in the upper 50s. At night, there's a 50% chance of rain. Moving into next week, there's more rain. There's a 60% chance on Monday with temperatures in the low 60s. And Tuesday, there's a 50% chance of rain all day with temperatures in the upper 50s. I hope everyone remembers their umbrellas and rain boots this week to stay as dry as possible out there. Declan and Cindy, back to you at the desk.
Artistic inspiration can come from anywhere, but one University of Iowa student has an amazing meaning behind her creations. DITV reporter Kaylin Cluck shares the story behind the art.
When Madeline Mendel was younger, she would often visit her grandmother's farm in rural Kansas.
When I would go there as a child, she would teach me how to sew, and that's like the skill sharing that I think is so valuable and kind of lost.
But with Mendel, the art of sewing hasn't been forgotten, and for an important reason. She's now a senior fine arts student at the University of Iowa, using the sewing skills her grandmother taught her in her own work.
I hand-stitched all of these scraps of fabric together.
Keeping this tradition alive has gained a new significance as her grandmother now has Alzheimer's disease.
We didn't get to finish our sewing lessons. She doesn't remember me anymore. All of these really hard things to think about, I just therapeutically thought about while I was stitching this mess together.
Last month, this collage was the centerpiece of Mendel's BFA show, Early Onset, which was showcased in a gallery at the Visual Arts Building.
The collaging is definitely different. I started playing around with different mediums that bind fabric together in a different way.
The show featured a number of different works inspired by lineage, rural Kansas, and the pain of memory loss.
This one is a landscape, of course, but it's supposed to confuse you. I go for confusion in a lot of my stuff just because I like to imagine what it feels like to not know anybody anymore and have literally no idea what's going on.
But by turning her experiences into visual works of art, others going through similar pain and loss have felt a connection to her paintings.
A lot of people came up to me and were like, I have family members that are struggling with something similar, dementia or some type of memory loss, and your show was really beautiful. It really spoke to me, so that was really cool.
There's a significance in every stitch. Reporting from the Visual Arts Building, Kaylin Cluck, DITV.
Declan, there is a major milestone for one Hawkeye athlete.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's toss it over to Zach and Kim in the sports studio for more.
That's right, guys. Last night, the women's basketball team held their Celeb 8 event to look back on their remarkable season.
We sent DITV sports reporter Marissa Kraft to see what the Big Ten champs were up to.
The Iowa women's basketball team hosted a celebration here at Carver Hawkeye Arena on Wednesday to celebrate the end of their historic season. Iowa wrapped up the season with its first Elite 8 appearance since 1993, with a 29-7 overall record. To top off the night, the University of Iowa announced that they will retire Megan Gustafson's jersey. The celebration also featured remarks by UI President Bruce Harreld and the presentation of the Naismith Coach and Player of the Year trophies. Gustafson is the first Big Ten player to be awarded the Naismith Player of the Year award. Although we won't be seeing number 10 on the court for Iowa anymore, I, like many other Hawkeye fans, anxiously await for next season. Reporting from Carver Hawkeye Arena, Marissa Kraft, DITV Sports.
So awesome that Megan got her number retired. Can't say I didn't see it coming, though.
It is well deserved, but hopefully another Hawkeye team will have something to celebrate.
The Big Ten Championship starts today for men's tennis. The Hawkeyes finished conference play with a 6-5 record.
We had DITV sports reporter Cade Overton to Paris for the Big Ten Championship. Good morning, Cade.
Good morning, Zach.
So, Cade, do you think the tennis team is prepared for the postseason?
I would say they're prepared. They ended the season on a 4-match win streak, 5 out of their last 6. They come in with a doubles duo between Will Davies and Oliver Okonkwo, who's overall ranked nationally, and they're 16-2 when getting that doubles point. So the Hawks are playing really good right now before postseason. Oh, and it's also important to mention that they are 6-5 in the Big Ten, which is their most Big Ten wins since 1993. So this Hawkeye tennis team is up to something, and we'll have to keep you updated as they go further into the postseason.
Cade Overton, live in the newsroom. Thank you. Last night, the Iowa softball team hosted Nebraska for a doubleheader. The Hawks dropped Game 1 7-5, but things were a little different for Game 2.
It got off to a slow start after both teams went 4 innings without any action.
Nebraska was able to put one up on the board first with a run in the 5th, but the Hawks quickly took the lead after 2 fielding errors from Nebraska that helped Iowa score 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th.
And another fielding error from Nebraska gave Iowa an extra run in the bottom of the 6th to put them ahead by 2.
Iowa split the doubleheader, taking Game 2, 3-1.
All week we knew that these were important games for us, so we came into this ready to fight, and we knew we had a really good shot in getting 2, and we're happy to get 1 for sure.
I was very proud of these girls being able to bounce back from that first game. That's the toughest part, is to get that energy and to be able to come back into that second game. We just have to make sure that we're doing the little things we need to do and take care of business on our end of it. Like in this game, we didn't have an error in this game, and that's what we're focusing on, is getting leadoff outs and being able to have a airless game. So as long as we're doing the little things right and keep improving, then we'll be able to hopefully capitalize on any mistakes that they make this weekend.
Iowa's on the road this weekend for a 3-day series against number 3 Minnesota.
Draft night is finally upon us.
For the first time ever, the draft is being held in Nashville, and Kim, it keeps looking like a couple Hawkeyes will have their name called tonight.
TJ Hawkinson and Noah Fant are projected first-round picks on nearly every draft board.
That's right, but there are also other couple Hawkeyes hoping to hear their names called over the weekend.
But for more information, you can go to the Daily Iowan website and YouTube page to see our special segment where we take a deeper look into the NFL hopefuls.
That's all we have for you in sports today. Go back to the desk.
All right, that's DITV this morning. Have a great day.